Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
Hello and greetings. Welcome. It's Tuesday, I think. Or we're just randomly streaming. It's cool. Greetings, chat peeps. Glad to see y'all popping back in. Yay! All right. It is Tuesday and time for some shenanigans. You ready for some shenanigans?
I'm tired.
Some tired shenanigans.
Woo! I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna wake up for you guys.
Oh dear, that's terrifying.
How's everybody doing this fine evening, day, morning, whatever it is where you are?
Yeah. It's actually Wednesday. Yep, there we go.
Feels like it.
It feels like it should be, right?
All right, folks. This is our Tuesday night, which we call our variety show, where we do a variety of things.
Never know what's in store.
So let's do a quick agenda. We're gonna talk about the games we played. We didn't play a lot. We played some, and there's a new purchase in there as well. We're gonna talk about a virtual con, and we're gonna do our normal Rebecca review, back in box review, top 5, all that
I don't know what
stuff.
you're talking about.
And then we'll end up with telling you what's happening next time.
What?
But
Excellent.
now
Hey, you all.
it's time for. I can't remember what button I pushed.
Uh-oh. Hello! I'm ready. What did we play again? I don't even care. I'm amped.
So like I said, we played 4 whopping games. So we'll start, as always, from worst to best, or least good to most good, or
What is this?
good to great,
Newspeak? What
bad to awesome. I don't know.
do you mean?
And I give you my Board Game Geek rating of the game. So starting off at the bottom of the list, we got Say Anything Family Edition. I give it a 6. Other members of the family give it a much better rating. So we played this virtually. Me, Rebecca, Nessa, and the Grands, as we call them, played Say Anything Family virtually. It went over really well. It actually worked pretty good.
Yep. It was very fun. It was very fun. So I think we're going to probably have to do that again soon. It was a good time. So we're working on doing a lot of different things online since like the girls can't play with their friends and stuff. And surprisingly, quite a few games we're starting to figure out how to finagle.
So, yeah, that's what the cool kids are doing. That Zoom stuff.
Well, and here's the thing, too. I mean, because, we've got Virtual Con, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but they're using different platforms and whatnot. But most of the time, for us, if we're going to be playing a game with somebody, it's somebody that doesn't know how to do any of those platforms. So it's got to be just over the chat. We've got to figure out, okay, it's got to be a game that can be played with the game only at one place, and stuff like that. So it's been a little bit of juggling, but so far it's been pretty successful. Played some stuff like Ink and Gold and Say Anything and some other games like that, and it's turned out pretty good. And it's one of those two that's easier to teach people that haven't played those games before. So it's been good. This was successful.
Yep, worked out well. It's
a little fiddly for the person running it.
Yeah,
but
there's there's more writing stuff down and showing things to people and junk like that you wouldn't normally do in a game.
Are there other versions of Say Anything better, or are they all about the same?
Say Anything Family tends to obviously have questions that aren't going to lead you down the path of
what's that mean, Daddy?
Of naughty talk. Whereas Say Anything, they kind of leave it open. So if you want to play kind of a PG game, but you can do other things. They kind of and there's like in the regular Say Anything, there's questions about drinking and
work life stuff the kids aren't gonna.
And the kids are like, what does this even mean, right?
Yeah.
So these are questions that are a lot more open and
more family
oriented, right? So I don't think there's much difference. Otherwise, I think the play is
What do you want to do?
basically
with it, right?
exactly the same.
Yeah.
But there's just questions are different. The topics.
I mean, if you're gonna go down that road, you could make this go bad. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna be doing that, you don't need crazy questions. Be crazy, but this keeps it easy to keep friendly with the kiddos.
Right.
So
Even that has some things.
there's
that
a couple,
that are
yeah.
but they give you 3 choices. So if the kid doesn't know what one is, they probably know one of the other ones is about.
Yeah, so it's pretty good that way.
All right, that's my number 4 out of 4.
We really did not very many this
No, we
time
didn't
around.
play
It's
very many
been a
games
while.
last 2 weeks. All right, coming in at number 3 is a role player. We got our Kickstarter in.
Prepare for the earthquake.
I think we showed this off last variety show. We did an unboxing with it. Now we've played it. So the new version, this is the Kickstarter version. It gives you a giant, massive box to put everything in, which you need at this point if you have everything. It also came with a Fiends and Familiars expansion. So to keep it kind of short, what it adds to the game is so the Familiars is another section that you add to your little board. If you played role player before, if not, you roll dice and you're filling out stats like you're making up a D&D character or something like that. It adds another section that's your familiar, and it gives you a superpower that's unique, which makes you different from everyone else, which is cool. And it has more places to put dice. But other than that, it's kind of more of the same. But then there's Fiends, which tricks up the market phase. If you play, again, assuming you play role player, there's a market phase where you're selecting the different dice, and it's all, for the most part, a lot of people take the high dice. It lets you shop last in the market, but high dice is just really valuable in this game for the most part. But it adds a little fiend there that gives you like a negative superpower that you have to either pay money or XP to get rid of. So
they're obnoxious.
So if you want the high dice, you're gonna get punitated with the little fiend guy that you have to get rid of.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there's more market stuff. There's more monsters. There's more minions and more of everything. Otherwise, it also adds dice that are 2 colors. So it can be like green and purple instead of just 1 color. But it only goes up to 4. It goes from 1 to 4 rather than the full 6.
And I'm torn about those. It's been really helpful when you're trying to make your goals of getting the correct colors.
But a 4 sucks.
But a 4 is horrible.
And you can't like spin it up or bump it up and get it higher. Like if you get a 4 on a 6-sided die, you can use things to modify it and get it up higher. With the 4, that's it. That's as high as it gets. So you can throw it in your throwaway stat. I always pick 1 or 2 that I try not to get.
Yep.
But overall, I enjoyed the expansion. I give the game an 8, and the expansion keeps it at 8. It doesn't make it like better for me. It doesn't make it worse for me. Kind of just keeps it going, and it kind of refreshed it. It gives you more. It's more thinky with.
Yeah, I mean, you said afterwards too that you were thinking that the enjoyment of playing is a little bit higher now, just because it added a little more to it that you liked.
It was starting to go down, and now it's just that brought it back up to where it was before. I think.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. It's pretty cool. The massive giant box, Rebecca's laughing and making fun of it, but if you look at the content that's in here,
it's fairly full
there's
now.
Not a lot of space. There is a little bit right here that's left, but for the most part, it's done. But they come out with another expansion.
That's full.
It's full again. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, anywho.
It is fun, and it just adds more fun puzzliness to it.
There you go.
So yeah, if you like role player, this is a good purchase. Good purchase. Oh boy, I'm ready for the next one. You ready?
All right, so my next one is a brand new game. This one I've been waffling on for ages and ages.
Who doesn't like waffles?
It's like, whatever reason, I always go to buy it, and I don't. I always go to buy it, I don't. So people ask me what I wanted for Father's Day, and it's one of the things I put on my list, and it showed up from the Grands, aforementioned Grands. That's Endeavor Age of Sail. This is nothing like what I thought it would be. So I thought, okay, maybe pirates, swashbuckling. No, it's a straight up Euro game.
Well, there's a little attack.
There's a little it's area control, but you can have area control in a Euro game.
But oh man!
So basically, it's all about tracks. And it reminds me a lot of Shakespeare, where you have the little tracks you're going up on.
That.
So basically, you have these 4 different tracks that you're moving up on, and there's just all kinds of ways to manipulate those tracks to move them up, and you get more powerful and get stronger as you go by. But you're basically putting tokens on the board to control areas, and when you do that, you get your stats go up. So the whole thing, like I said, the whole thing is building your stats. You have these 4 tracks, And as like, in a lot of Euro games, if you get high up on the track, that's where you get your big victory points. So you're trying to build kind of an engine to get the tracks. So as you go up on tracks, it makes you more powerful, which helps you go on tracks more, and it kind of accelerates. So first few rounds, it's a 7-round game. The first few rounds of the game, you're just kind of barely going up. Like, how the heck are we going to get through?
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like
amazing
you're
ramp
flying up the tracks. It's a really cool. If you like kind of a puzzly Euro game, which is a little bit of a tacky, because when you put
it's got engine buildingness.
Yeah, when you put your little tokens on the board, there's one of the actions you can take is to basically replace a token, someone else's token. So it's not like super tacky, but kind of. But it's worker placement, and it's interesting because one of the tracks, there's the 4 different tracks. One of the tracks is how powerful a building you can make, and those are mostly your action selection. You're putting your tokens on those different buildings to do your actions. That's one track. Then there's another track that tells you how many of those tokens you're going to get every round, and you use those tokens not only to put on your worker placement, but those are also the tokens that you're going to go out on the board to take control of areas.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's one track that brings your tokens back from your building every round. So the better you are at that track, the more tokens you're going to get back, and the more spots you're going to free up. And the last one is how many cards you can have in play. And cards also move you up on the track. So, like
it's so tough though because you're limited on those cards, and those cards give you such good benefits.
But I'll say
that's so tough.
A couple
that
things.
Was a tough decision.
One,
for me.
like I said, not what I expected. 2, completely themeless in my opinion. There is like zero theme.
But you don't need it. Like
it's like no theme. So if you,
I
but
loved it.
That said, I give this game a 9, which a 9 is big. I give it a 9 because it's just. I don't know. It's just so interesting. It's so puzzly. Mm-hmm. The kind of puzzly I like. I like logistically. It's logistically puzzly. It's like, okay, where am I going to go on the board? Which tracks am I going to build up? Mm-hmm. Which buildings am I going to build? Which card? You're like she said, you're limited in the number of cards you have. Which combination of cards am I going to have? And it just we left it set up. It's set up underneath this.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing it again soon.
As soon as we're done, I'm like, I'm not putting this one away. I'm gonna play it one more time. So I really enjoyed this one. This was a pleasant surprise. Wasn't what I expected, but turned out to be awesome. So
David has a big, huge beware the AP player.
For what?
For this game.
Oh, yeah.
He said he played it with 2 AP prone people, and it was a nightmare.
I can imagine that because there's 1,000 places to go on the board. There's literally 90. I want to say 94 or 95.
Those little discs.
Different spots you can put your discs on the board.
Yeah, but it's narrowed down.
But they're not all. Only one section is open, and as time goes by, other areas of the board open up.
Plus, it's split in 2 parts versus like the sailing versus the conquest or whatever.
But there's a lot of choices.
Yeah.
You have the buildings you're choosing. You have the places you're going on the board you're choosing. The cards you're taking you're choosing. Which cards you keep you're choosing.
So to sum up then, you need to treat this like you would 5 tribes. If you don't want to sit there all day, you've got to make the conscious decision. You're like, I'm not going to AP this. The first good-looking move I have, I'm going to take.
Yeah.
I mean, if
that's
one
of the boards, I'll kind of show them what.
Yeah.
So here's one of the player boards that you have. And see, there's the 4 different tracks here.
Oh, this
and then
game's
you have
so
the slots for your different cards, and then you have slots for all your little buildings across here. So this is where you go to take all your actions on your own board. And like I said, it reminds me of Shakespeare. If you've ever played Shakespeare, you have all these tracks you're moving up on. But unlike Shakespeare, Shakespeare's normally just victory points and stuff like that. This is your engine. These tracks are how powerful you are in the game.
And we learned very quickly, a little too late for us, but very quickly, that you want to make sure you don't neglect any one track. Because if you do, your entire engine suffers at that point.
Right.
So that was kind of an interesting thing to do. Because a lot of those games, right, you can kind of ignore one of the tracks and be really good at one or something like that. No, I wouldn't do that in this game.
Yeah, I was going all in on one of the tracks, and I realized real quickly that this isn't just a race to get high on the tracks. It's an engine building.
Yeah.
So you need to have a combination. You need to have a good combination of things going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, good one.
Yeah, it kind of... Yeah,
What?
You're right.
What?
The player board's about the size of the box red alert.
Pretty much.
And this isn't even the main board. The main board's got a nice big map.
What blows my mind is the game comes with little game trays, which is really cool. These are apparently in the retail version, which is amazing to me.
That
it blows
really
my mind.
cool.
Normally you got to pay like big bucks to get little game trays. So
yeah.
So it's really cool.
So once you do the initial setup, it's really easy to throw down again.
Yep.
Except for putting all the 10 million tokens.
95 tokens.
Look at this, just
All these tokens you have to put on the board.
everywhere.
It actually says in the rulebook, doing it with friends will make it go quicker.
In other words, hey kids, I got a game for you.
And my number one game of the 4 I played, this one has bumped from a 9 to a perfect 10.
What? Are you serious? Oh,
Perfect
wow.
10.
Okay.
So the infamous Tommy in the chat, set up a game of 18 Chesapeake online, because that's what the cool kids are doing these days. They're playing all their games online. So he set up 18 Chesapeake. We played on 18xx.games. I highly, highly recommend that site. Blew me away, because when I first looked at it, this is like some kind of Zork game from the 80s. It's like, what is this? But it turns out to be amazing. The interface is awesome. It's easy to learn, easy to do.
I'm excited.
Blew me away how well that 18xx.games works.
Okay.
They only have 18 Chesapeake and 1889 currently. They're working on 1846 is in early alpha, so it's kind of buggy and working out bugs, but I guess they're going to keep building these. I guess they started out with obviously 18 Chesapeake's probably the easiest one. So they started easy and they're working their way up to the bigger ones. This game is amazing. This is by far my favorite 18xx game of the 4 I've played. A lot of times when in my mind when I go, okay, we're gonna play 1846, I gotta kind of go. I gotta get in the mindset. It's like, okay, let's do this. Or 1830, it's okay. But this one, I could play this on a game day. This is not intimidating in terms of, for me anyway, for drudging through the rules and learning and working through things. We talked about it last time, so I'm not gonna go too crazy, but highly recommend 18xx.games. So.
Zeros commented that...
Zeros is in the chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zeros is in the chat. Zeros was one of the guinea pigs on trying that too. And he says it looks like something I'd run on my Apple IIe, but it ran awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like some...
I was looking at that too.
It looks like the old computer games I played in computer lab back in the 80s games. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, the game worked well. It was really a really tight game.
Yeah, I'd say.
At different points in the game, I thought someone had the win locked up.
Yeah, you guys have all had that
it was
moment, right?
And Zeris pulled a fast one on me. I thought cost me the game, but I figured out how to work it out. So he pulled the fast one on me. So love it. Favorite 18xx game. I don't think it's really close. I like this one. This is
that much more than the others. Huh?
So
it's good.
I may schedule some games of this for Family Showdown family types, because you guys are my family. She's my family, but you're my family. I might schedule some games of this because I really love it. It's awesome. It's a great introductory game.
That'd be really
It
fun.
works 2 players. It works 3 players. I have not played it more than 3 players, but I assume it works just as well with more players.
We'll find out soon, apparently.
Take longer, obviously, with more players.
Yeah.
Each person you adds obviously it's equal amounts of time. So if it takes 2 hours or 2, it grows as you do more players. So I don't know if I'd want to go all the way up to 6, which would be an all-day adventure probably.
Yeah.
But love it. Perfect 10. Welcome to the 10 Club, 18 Chesapeake.
So I had a quick question for you in the chat. Those
Yes.
of you that were saying Endeavor Age of Sail, is this also the same people made something called Endangered? Is that what you said? I was curious about that game.
Don't know. Don't know.
I hadn't heard about it. I don't know much
played
about. Yeah, I was gonna say, have you guys?
Really, the reason I got into this game because, to be honest, Z gave it rave reviews. He really likes that game, and I thought it had. Again, like I said, I went in with thinking, okay, Z likes it. He likes the Euro games he does like. I tend to like.
Yeah.
He doesn't like a lot of the mid to heavy Euro games.
Mm-hmm.
The ones he does like, I usually like. So I'm like, okay, there's that. And it's got a pirate or maybe a piratey colonization, some kind of theme, But no, it could be anything. It could be literally taxi service. I mean, it could be. I mean, you could throw any theme you want on it because really, it's just about building up those tracks and getting the engine going
Gotcha.
and area control on the board. It could be anything. I mean, it makes sense. There's different areas of the board that you're colonizing. You start out in Europe's the only thing that's open, and then you open up different. As you explore different areas of the board, it opens them up, and then you can start.
Yeah, I worked so hard. I opened up North America, and then someone just came in and started sniping all the places that I worked so hard to open, and I was like,
I took over like all of Europe. I had like all but like one token of Europe.
I should not have let you do that.
I took all of Europe over. And that's probably what won me the game.
Endangered's out. It's a co-op. They already said Hunter would hate it.
Oh,
They're like, no.
Forget it.
You save animals though. From
Just
extinction.
like there's a new Kickstarter for Role Player.
That's like co-op or something.
Yeah, basically you play a game of Role Player, and then you take your characters and you import them into a role playing game.
Oh, okay.
But no, because it's a co-op.
It's role playing.
I don't care. Can I be the bad guys?
So we're now we're not even doing RPGs anymore.
No.
Wow. This is the state of
I just don't have
affairs.
any interest in that for some reason.
In RPGs?
Yeah. The role player, I don't know. It just seems like if they're good at board games, are they going to be good at making a role-playing game, an adventure game?
Why not?
I don't know.
Man.
Well, that's it. There's our whopping 4 games that we played since last we spoke about the games we played.
You know. Oh,
I don't know what the expansion's called, but it has, in the box, it has exploits.
Oh, that's probably it then, huh?
In the box.
We haven't tried those yet.
And we haven't tried. We've obviously only played once.
Can't wait.
They recommend you not to play with those until you've played it once or twice. So.
And I agree with you, Nick. Hunter is the traitor. Hunter's
I love being a trader. Oh my gosh. It's the hardest thing. Because a lot of people, when they play these games, when they get the traitor, they get nervous. And they got to hide the fact that
he has to hide his glee.
I have to hide my joy. I'm so excited.
If he starts getting squirmy, we know he's the.
I like flip it over. This is it. This is in my head, right? I flip it over and I'm not the trader. I'm like, oh. If I flip it over, I'm the trader. I'm like.
It's like the opposite of Paula Deming's video.
Yeah.
That video. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Her Get Dicey video.
I get
that.
so
That was
excited.
funny.
I love being the trader.
Yeah.
Or the alternate faction or whatever, the
Whatever.
bad guy or
Troublemaker.
The
Sum it up.
the
there.
Cylons or whatever. I always want to be the bad guys. I like it.
Yep.
Because I think it's more and for the most part in most games it's more challenging to be the bad guy or the other team. The team trying to.
Dan has a legit question for you here.
What?
He says, "How does someone who loves being the traitor not like role playing games?" You could
They're cooperative. Okay, if it was a true role-playing game where it's like D&D and you can just play your character and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But this is like an adventure, like a dungeon crawl type game where we're all working
To work together.
And if I do something that's beneficial for me but not beneficial for the team, then I'm just throwing the game, basically, right? And I don't want to do that. So.
Ooh, Detective Club.
I love role-playing games.
Nice.
True, straight-up role-playing games where you can be the sneaky thief and you, like, open up the chest and, like, oh, here, one for me, one for the team,
fact,
one for me, one for the team.
I think when your bestie was DMing, I think you drove him a little bit insane because you're like, I'm going to go try that. And it's like, that's not part of the script. And you're like, I'm going to go try it anyway. And it was like, that was so funny. I know, that was hilarious.
I just
going off the
I play the
cuff
game.
I know.
A good DM should react to what their players do.
I know. He's not even here to defend himself. It's so sad.
All right, folks. It's virtual con time. So starting tomorrow, the Dice Tower in conjunction with Board Game Geek. Conjunction is having a virtual convention Wednesday. It officially starts in 3 hours, I believe. It starts at midnight.
Yes, indeed.
And runs through Sunday at midnight. Sunday, not the other side.
Sunday.
I guess that would be Monday at midnight, technically.
Yes.
Central Standard Time, Texas time.
I think it's Chicago time on the.
Nope. Texas time, Central Texas time. Unless you're in El Paso, we don't count those people.
We're big enough that we have more than one time zone. We get it. It's crazy.
Virtual Con starts tomorrow. Rebecca, I'm gonna just turn it over to Miss Rebecca.
So, peoples, I know everybody's doing a lot of board gaming stuff, and I just kind of wanted to get socialized and be silly and have fun. So, on Saturday at 1 p.m., I'm going to be hosting a Jackbox Games thing, and I want to put the invite out to you guys first because you guys are, our faves. So I'm going to set it up. It's going to have a 20-person cap, and here's the instructions for that. So I would like as many of you, of course, to get dibs on it first. So here's the scoop. If you can push my 10 text. No, text, not the... mine. There you go. Go to the website. This is the website. You can pause it if you need to later, but that's to get you to the virtual gaming con. Make sure you're all signed up in there and everything. Okay.
Let me jump in. So I'm explaining how they sign up. So if you were going to Dice Tower East or Board Game BGG Spring, you would have got a free.
You should.
Free entry into the convention. So check your emails for that. There's a little code that you can put in for free. Otherwise, it's $10 for the whole convention the whole time, and they're giving away games, and there's tons of stuff to do and watch. So,
oh my gosh, yeah, they were saying there's like over 700 events, and over 400 of them still had places open in them.
Right. So
and more are being created all the time. So this is as of whenever they did their announcement earlier.
Tons of things to do, and you can watch people do the main stage. They have during shows and. Publishers are coming in and showing off games or giving away free games. All sorts of craziness going on. So go there, sign up again. If you were going to BGG Spring or Dice Tower East, you have it free. Otherwise, it's $10. And there's other levels where you can get all kinds of perks, but $10 or free depending.
Leave that on the screen.
Oh yeah.
All right. So here's the scoop on how this is going to work for our particular game. So I'm going to give you the instructions straight through. And if you have questions, of course, you can email me or whatever, or ask questions. They've got a lot of people that are going 24/7 answering questions about the convention for you if you have questions on there and stuff. And it's been really helpful. I've been popping through and looking at, they've got different chat lines and stuff in there to help you guide you through the games, their schedules, the works. But for our game in particular, again, it's going to be Saturday at 1 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
Central time. Well, it's
Central Daylight Standard.
The time
Texas
period
time.
that the convention is. It's going to be at Saturday at 1 p.m., okay? And once you sign in onto that website that's on the screen there, you can go in, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to go onto the top right corner where your name is, and you're going to click on that, okay? And what you're going to need to do if you want to be part of, to sign up for our thing, it's a little bit tricky because of the 20-person cap, and I want you guys to get a chance to do it first. Is I want you to friend me, because what I can do is I can send you the ticket for the event right away and give you the extra information. Okay? So friend me on there. So you click on your name in the top right corner of it, and then you can click under account. You'll see where there's an option and it says friends.
Here, let me show mine off real quick.
So, you're going to show your screen?
Yeah, I'm going to try to show.
Okay.
I'm going to try. We'll see what happens.
That would be good. That would be handy.
Hold on. Let me...
Yeah, because then you could see exactly where you need to go. Have you not shared a screen before on this?
I have to build one. There we go. Okay. Take your little thing off, and you're gonna see the bottom.
Not the bottom of us, but whatever. Who cares?
Right. So there we go.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Hunter's in there on the main screen. So now go click on your name, the top right corner. Yep. Click at that. It says Hunter T. And then over on the right side, you see account, and then go click on friends. And now you can see find new friends. If you go in there into the search engine and type in my name, Hunter's going to type my name and spell it correctly. So you have, make sure you spell it correctly. It should pop up for you. And you'll see that I did pick the Dice Tower, our little dice people, so that'll make it easier.
I got an error because they're already my friend.
Well, yeah, you're already my friend. But what you'll do is you'll click on that and then do friend request and send request. And once you do that, I'll accept it, and that way you're in, and I'll give those people that come in first dibs on the tickets, okay? So when you've got a time frame for this, I'm going to post this on Thursday night / Friday morning. Again, the time is going to be Saturday at 1 p.m., but I haven't put the event in yet because I want you guys to get a chance to do this. So what I need you to do is make sure that you get your friend requests into me by the end of the day Thursday. That gives you, or actually Thursday in the morning sometime. If you could get it done by Thursday, that'd be great. That gives you a lot of cushion time. to do that. So if that makes sense, try to friend me within the next 2 days. That'll give us plenty of cushion time for that. Send the request, and then I'll send the tickets. And when it's approved, they give us the option as hosts to put in the extra information. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a Zoom meeting where we're going to have, I'm going to turn off the video and audio feed for everyone but mine, because I'm going to share the screen so we can see the Jackbox screen. And I'll have the chat open so that we can all chat while we're playing. And that way, though, we aren't chatting out loud and drowning out the instructions and things like that. So we can actually interact with the game and still chat with each other, too. So you'll need to be able to use Zoom if you can hop on that. And then just your cell phone to play Jackbox games. The instructions for that are really easy. If you've never done it before, I literally tell you to type in a little website and you go in and you put the game code in and you're ready to go. So you don't have to download anything onto your phone. It's straight off of the internet. The only thing that's helpful is if you know how to hop onto a Zoom meeting. So if you guys have any questions about that, that's it. And I would love to have you hop on, as many of you as possible. And we're probably going to do multiple games in a row because they're kind of like potato chips. I don't know about you guys, but I've never been able to just play one Jackbox game. They're just too fun. So we'll probably play several if things go well. And if it goes really well, we're thinking about hosting on Sunday as well, right? We were talking about doing that. Probably another one on Sunday
maybe,
if it all goes well.
So Tommy said there's going to be other people join. Well, we're going to send the link to the people that have signed up for the event
first.
No, once the more events running, we're going to send them the link within the event itself of where to go to, and it'll have a password as well. So
yeah. Afterwards, are we thinking about showing it afterwards on our channel maybe or something?
Yeah, we're gonna try to. Zoom allows you to record the session, so we're gonna record it, and then I'm gonna pull that video and see if it's usable to load up on the channel. If we do, we'll show it after the fact on the channel.
Yep.
We're thinking about maybe doing a dry run, maybe Thursday night or Friday night. So there may be a random thing that pops up, and we'll do a dry run with the Jackbox.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out in our BGG guild, because if I do want to run a test run with some guinea pigs, we will throw in there first, and you guys can feel free to hop in and help us experiment with it. I've run some of these with my students and with our friend. My friends usually host, but I've run several of these with my students, so it's been pretty awesome, and it's been successful so far. I haven't had any bugs with it, so I think it'll be really good. Yes, and it is family friendly. I am making sure of that. I'm going to have the family friendly box checked on the game, and I'm putting that explicitly in the instructions and the invitation on there when I post it. So yes, it is going to be, I'm going to, just for ease, and since we're recording it for the channel, I am putting it as age 18 and up, just because I don't want to have to worry about getting permissions and stuff if anybody's kids are playing with us, but it is PG when we're playing, just to make it Dice Tower friendly. But that's basically it, guys. Are there any other questions about that? I think that's another. Trying to see if there's anything else. Others could still join if they go to Zoom. At this point,
you need a password.
You're gonna need the password, and as of right now, I'm gonna close it off at the cap of 20, because we have I think 6 players, and then the rest are audience. And I think that's going to be sufficient. If the first game goes really well and we don't have any issues, I might risk opening it up. But right now, I'm a little hesitant until I see how well everyone behaves.
Right.
Because of this being so public. I don't really want to have to throw down and then start kicking people out. So, trying to avoid that sort of thing.
Yeah.
In the future, though, if this goes really well, it might be something we do for fun as a channel. Like Hunter was talking about maybe throwing down an 18xx game or something sometime. It might be something, especially as this seems to be kind of a long-term issue. We miss gaming, and what better to do than game with you guys? So we would really prefer to play games with you guys, people we already know somewhat, right? And people we know enjoy the same kinds of games.
Yeah, we're kind of using this convention as a vehicle to learn some of this stuff so we can do it later
absolutely.
All right, folks. So that's that. So keep an eye on the guild page for details. Transition that out. Let me switch this out. And now...
All right, it's time. Give me a number 1 through 7, inclusive. 1 through 7. I'm waiting. 1 through 7. I'm doing the 1 through 7 dance. Tout, you're fired, Nick. Not doing any algebra up in here. 5. Boom. All right. 5 it is. Okay. It's not over there. Don't even.
What? I'm not trying to guess what
Yes,
it
you
is.
are. You totally are.
You just randomly change stuff
He
around.
does. I do randomly change things around. All right, now give me a number 1 through 10, everybody. 1 through 10. Nick, don't be that math guy. You're that guy. Never say integers. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. We've been attacked by a crazy dog. Lady. 4. 4. Okay, excellent. Now I need a number 1 through 4 after that. I believe. Actually, 1 through 5. 1 through 5. Lady's very excited to be here. 2. All right, thank you. 2. Oh, this will be interesting. This will be very random. You guys get to see my pajama pants tonight. Yes.
You haven't played it yet.
I know!
How can you do a review on a game you haven't played?
That's exactly my point. It's very random.
Oh my gosh, that is random.
So-
I want to hear this.
You ever had something coded and you couldn't figure it out? Decrypto! Now you have to decode it. The end. What? Okay. From what I understand...
You can't talk about the back of the box.
No, I'm talking about the back of the box. I'm cheating and looking at it.
No, stop,
It's
stop,
my
stop.
turn!
No,
My
I'm
turn!
opening the box for you so you can look at what's
I know how to open my own
inside.
box. I can open my own box.
Okay.
I'll open the box now and show you guys stuff. So, what I have gleaned from this, told you it's random, is it kind of reminds me, looking at it, it reminds me of the old school. Do you remember the old school password game where you had the little red film and you put the card in and you get that and then you have to give clues and people guess it? That's what it looks like to me. And it has a timer. Don't know what to think about that. But I'm telling you, it looks like password. Looks like password to me, except it looks like you do multiple words. So you're gonna have to decode something, and I bet this turns into a greater code, and then you get the whole thing the end. Am I right?
No.
Darn it!
It's kind of a social deduction password because basically you're.
It was. I said password. Mic drop. I got that. I got it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Because
I
talked about it after I played it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what
So
you're talking
basically, you're giving clues. You're on teams. You're giving clues to your teammate. At the same time, the other team is trying to figure out what your clues as well. So it's kind of a 2-level thing.
Oh, I want to play
So
this
you're trying to give
right
each
now.
other's clues to point them in the right direction, but you don't want to be so obvious that the
the
other team figures it out as well.
Oh man, I want to play this so bad.
So-
Oh, why'd you guys pick this game?
So,
Okay.
give me this because. Time for the back of the box.
Oh, I didn't.
Let's take a little sneak peek here. Look at there's the back of the box.
Oh, you wrote
It's very
stuff on
shiny. See how shiny? It's shiny.
it. Ooh, attracts the eye.
It's very shiny. All right. So the back of the box. We got a little. It looks like it reminds me of remember the paperclip? Some of you older folks out there.
Oh no, not that. I wanted to murder that
Remember the
paperclip.
little paperclip guy?
That paperclip made me
Doesn't it
violent.
look-
Yes, he does actually. I kind of
It
want to
looks
kill
like
it.
the little paperclip guy.
That paperclip was obnoxious.
And it's and what's interesting, it looks like it's we talked about Apple IIe. It's like almost like prophetic.
It actually kind of does
It
look
is
like
it. It's the one
It
that
is
has
an
a
Apple
little
IIe.
the one that has a little disc slot in the front of it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm off track.
We're going
here.
full circle.
A small amount of text to kind of draw you in. Let's see if I'm drawing in. Communicate safely.
Boo.
Join the greatest encryptor team in the world. Your mission: transmit secret codes to your teammates without letting the opposing team intercept them. Not bad. It shows you game components. Shows you the little components and little cards going in.
Okay.
And there's your little code. See, there's 3, 4,
Doesn't
2.
show the score pad.
Got your stats up here. You got 3 to 8 players. 12 plus 30 minutes.
That's his name was Clippy. Stupid Clippy.
I like this. I like this a lot. I'm gonna give this one an A.
Let me see that. An A. Okay. Does it talk about the stats?
What's that? Yeah, here.
Oh, it. Well, what's yellow? They're always good about that. Yellow. Games.
I give it an A.
Good job, guys.
I get an A.
All right, I'm telling you. Death to Clippy, though. Death to Clippy. Clippy's got
It's
it.
a little Apple IIe.
Appy?
Because you have your little codes
Appy?
are like little disk drive things.
Appy's one step away from Clippy. I'm just saying.
Appy? Is that his name?
That's what I named him.
Oh, does he have a real name?
If they named him in there, I will slap those people.
Let's see if they named him.
No. Why? I saw a big thumb. Is that him? No! Appy's... There's a... Look what's inside the box! Why? Did you see this? A giant Appy. Yellow. I don't know what to think.
I don't know if he has a name.
His name is Appy now.
Is it?
Yes, because he's Apple IIe, so he's Appy. This is obnoxious.
He's all through this book. You'd think he'd have a name.
This is obnoxious. Do you know what? This helps you, though, because you're not going to fill up the lid. Appy's trying to save you.
Oh, Appy can get out of here. Because it's time for...
Now I just want to play the electric guitar so bad.
5 on the spot, folks. You know how this works. Give us a topic.
Uh-oh. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, it's a Mac. You're right. It is a Mac. You're right.
Oh.
Apple II had the anyway. Totally generic game.
Totally generic
I
games.
like that one. Let's see what else we get.
That's great. I like that. I think it works.
Totally generic.
Totally generic game.
What's a generic game?
You call them meh games, I believe, dear.
No, that's a game that's average.
Top 5 co-ops up, Paul.
I mean, we got
Ooh, 5 favorite fireworks. Ooh, ethnic foods.
She'd be much better at that. I'm not a fireworks person.
Mascots. Games with
Top 5 games you wish you quit during. I could definitely do that. I don't know. Would you be able to do that one?
Not as much as you.
Oh, I
yes.
could do a top 100 of games I wish I would have quit during.
Top 5 dream celebs to follow the channel.
Z Garcia already follows it, so.
Does he? But does he, though?
He subscribed. I don't know if I've only seen him on once.
Oh, he's been on a couple times.
He showed up during our Halloween thing.
Yeah.
No, our
Fog of Love?
Fog of Love.
Fog of Love, yeah.
He's like, what am I watching?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pick one, sweetie. I don't care.
What? Oh, man. Making him a song. Top 5 whose turn is it games? Ooh. Game company logos. Top 5 table flips. I'd have to think about that one a while. Kickstarters you're still waiting for. Game out. Top 5 reasons to like me.
What is
Fred. Top 5 chairs. What? Top games with ugly components. All right, let's do the ones you wish you could quit during.
Top 5 games I wish I quit during.
Top 5.
All right, I may be bad with the names. You guys may have to help me with the names of the games.
Okay. Well, I know my number 1 and my number 2, actually.
Do you? See, you're farther along than I am. There's only one that really pops in my mind. Oh yeah. Let's see. Think about games.
See, I like a lot more games than you. This is actually a little tougher for me.
I only got 2.
Top 5 weirdest con stories. Weird stories? Weird would be tough for me. I've had pretty good experiences
I got
overall.
one.
Pretty good experiences overall.
All right, that's a good one.
It's funny because I'm going to have to peek and look a little bit to remind me, because some of the games are games we don't own.
I got the other one.
Did you ever put hold music on here so that you can have hold music while we're...
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I have theme...
You need to have hold music and technical difficulties, because you will have some. You almost had one today.
For top 5. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
That's
I like
You're
that.
welcome.
That's
a
good
right.
one. I remember that one. I distinctly remember that one. Need one more good one.
Oh, really? See, I started early and now I'm like, okay.
Trying to think. Something that was kind of long that I didn't like. Oh, I got it. Done.
Really? Wow.
Now I just have to order them.
Oh, mine are ordering as they go.
One.
Man. I just have very few that I'm like, wow, this is...
3.
Honestly, this is hard. Not gonna lie. You picked a good one, David. It's a hard one.
5 and 4. Alright. Funny thing is, Tommy's been in most of these games.
Oh! What's this name? Oh!
Tommy's been in most of these games. For those just joining, we're doing our top 5 games we wish we would have quit during.
Okay, I'm going to put that there because that's higher up. And then, man, this is tough because I have 3 distinct ones. And then the others, I'm like, I'm kind of pushing it for my other 2. I usually don't get...
I don't know if I've ever just quit a game. Unless it was mutually decided to quit.
Yeah, like, basically someone had won and there's no way to reverse it kind of thing.
Or they're just so horrible you don't want to go any further.
Yeah.
I played 3 or 4 games with Tom like that.
That's true. He's done some testing
He just
games
looks at us and goes, okay, I'm done. Tom plays some stinker games, I tell you.
Well, yeah, because he has to test them, right?
Oh, I forgot about that one. I got an honorable mention.
I know which one you're doing, I think, now. Sorry, I'm slow, guys. This is, oh, man.
That's individual. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kabuki. Like, the only time I really would leave a game is, like, emergency kind of thing. I'm with you. It's very rarely, or if it is, it's just a temporary leave to go fix a kid, or something.
Oh, I got another honorable. I'm getting some. I'm getting more and more as.
Are you? See, and one of yours is probably going to jog mine. I have a feeling.
I don't think any of these would be on your list.
Really?
Yes, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 of them you did not play.
Yeah. See, a lot of them. That's what I'm thinking.
You were not involved with the play of those games.
I'm just that fun, guys. I'm just making this stuff up as I go. I promise.
How many you got?
I've got 4.
Let's just do it.
Okay.
I'll do 5 and we'll go to your 4.
Okay. Yeah, because my number 4 is...
I'll do my 5. All right, my number 5 is my one play of 1830.
Didn't like that, huh?
No, it's not that I didn't like the game. It's just 3 hours into a 7-hour game, I knew I couldn't win.
Ouch. Okay.
So,
yeah.
That's one of the faults of 18XX games is that you can early on you can be pretty much trounced, and I was pretty much trounced.
Oh, I've got one.
So that one I enjoy the game. I think it's a great game. I just got off to a bad start. And it's one of those games, if you get off to a bad start, it's really hard to recover.
That's true.
18XX is that way. A lot of the Splatter games are that way. It's just the recovery from a bad start is just tough. And we started at 10 o'clock. No, not 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And it went to like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I knew by about 10:30 that I had no chance of winning. Which I do enjoy playing games, but for me, if you told me, hey, there's no chance you're going to win this game, my enjoyment of the game decreases somewhat.
Right?
So that's my one play of 1830, but I'm looking forward to playing it again. It didn't destroy the game for me. So.
Yeah. See, and it's funny because people in chat are mentioning things. I do like neutrals, diplomacy. That was kind of funny. But there's some other ones I like you said, now that I'm like, honorable mention. I have an honorable mention now. My number 5, it's kind of a like, aw kind of thing. It's not that I personally wanted to quit, but we were playing a trivia game. I think it was America at like West Texas Con with Sam and Z and
Austin. Me and you.
Was it just us 5?
And Dan King.
I thought Dan King was with us, but Sam and Z did not enjoy that game.
They checked
at all.
out
They
after,
were like
after the
miserable.
first round. They checked out.
And we love it because we like trivia games, and I was like,
they checked out after the first round.
and we were like, oh, they don't like it. This is bad. You know, just like I felt bad because they weren't having fun with it. And I was like, oh. So I, kind of wanted to stop that one, but at the same time, like, the rest of us were having a really good time. So it was kind of like, I'm torn. But that was my number 5.
All right. My number 4 is my last, and I mean that literally, my last play of Bonanza. For whatever reason, everyone at the table conspired to not trade with me the entire game.
I traded with you when you weren't being a jerk. You pulled it. You started it with me. It was your fault because you were like, I'm not trading with you. Remember? You said that.
The
so
whole game, I go, hey, I got this stuff. I'll just take my cards. Next round, hey, look, guys, I got these cool things that you really, no one wants any of it. Okay.
No,
hey, look at these awesome things that would really help you.
I would trade with you if it worked for me.
No one traded with me.
It didn't work out
Hey,
for me.
guys, this would complete your set of 7. No? Still don't want to trade with me?
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
That was the whole game. I think I made like 2 trades out of like however many hundred of rounds that game goes.
That's funny. That's funny.
No, I hate the players. I don't hate the game. I hate the players. But now I hate the game, so.
Oh my gosh, that's so terrible.
Let's pick on Hunter the game.
Somebody's got a complex. I'm just saying.
After that game, yeah.
All right. My number 4 was another one where it wasn't that I hated the game, but I actually was feeling sick. And I don't even remember which TI4 it was. It was one of the first ones.
Really?
Yeah, and I was feeling sick and I was really tired, and because there was enough, I think it would have been actually TI3, not TI4. Now that I think about it, because there was more weight in between the turns, to where I was like, I'm staying awake. Like I was struggling a little bit.
I don't remember this.
Well, I didn't try to make it obvious because I didn't want to ruin it for everybody.
Now it ruined the whole experience for me.
Oh yeah, you don't even know which one it was, so whatever. But I was just like, I'm not feeling so hot. So that was rough because it was a long stinking game, right?
All right, my number 3 is one of my top 100 games of all time. I'm looking to buy this game if I ever find it in print. And that is Brass Birmingham, which maybe it'll be higher up on Rebecca's list, I'm sure. It's probably the first one she thought of. So, the person that set up the game and taught the game and moderated the game and was not the friendliest person in the world, to say the least.
No, that's probably... In fact, that is my number 3.
Is your number 3? I figured it'd be your number 1.
No, my number 3.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my only truly negative gaming experience where I'm just like, I really wanted to say some choice words and flip the table and walk away.
Yeah, that's the closest I've ever got from just saying thanks for the offer to play, but I've got to find something else to do immediately.
So I was like,
So yeah.
So I kind
of... It was just the game was amazing. I enjoyed the game, but the experience was an F.
Yep.
All right, so we're back to my number 2.
Yes.
My number 2 is Eclipse New Dawn.
Oh my gosh, I forgot you were like, nah.
So 30 minutes into this game, I was done with it. Literally, completely, I was done.
Just, nope.
Done.
Nope, done.
Have no interest in playing this game anymore. Literally, the guy sitting next to me just looked at me and said, I'm just going to attack you the whole game. And that's what he did. He attacked me in the entire game. That's all he did. He built ships and came over and attacked me the
Doesn't even
entire
help-
game.
Doesn't even help you win. Like,
He ended up losing, but I ended up losing more because I actually tried to do other things other than defend myself.
That would, yeah.
He literally said, "I'm just going to attack you the whole game." He built ships, flew them over, and attacked, suicided all his ships against me. Then he would make more ships and fly them over and suicide them against me. That's all he did, the whole game.
Yeah, I'd be done with that too. I'd be like, yeah, we're not playing.
And I eventually, this is how bad it was. I caused myself. I pulled out the rule book and said, "Is there a way for me to get eliminated from this game?" And I got myself eliminated from the game so I could leave. I literally set it up so I would get eliminated from the game.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of quitting, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Dang. So my number 2, I'm sure is on some other people's lists, except for Hunters, and it's Rex. It wasn't because of the company, because quite the opposite. I really enjoy playing games with everyone that we were playing with. It was the time of night and the location. It wasn't even really per se the game itself. It's just we were camping and we were on those horrible those metal picnic benches, and my back was bugging me and it was cold outside. And we're in a shelter thing. Yeah, I know, because you were like vibrating. You were so excited. You probably kept yourself warm that way. But the rest of us are like, oh, I'm tired. And like, yeah. And so, and sitting there, and I would just get fidgety, and I'd get up and I'd stretch and try to do stuff. And it's like, oh, there was a lot of downtime in between turns. It was just a bad combo. So now it's like house ruled that camping games must be short and sweet and to the point, or highly active, or, or both. Because just sitting in there on those not Supremo Prime. Well, the other thing too is if you sat in our like camping chairs, they weren't the right level for the table, so you're at an awkward position to play. It was just a bad situation all the way around. It didn't work. It did not work. So, yeah. Otherwise, I would probably take another whack at that game, and no problem. And I would, same players, everything, just not the location. So. That was an individual situation. I will not say that I'm going to ignore that game and never go back to it or something, but it was like, that was hard to sit through at that time. Poor baby.
I enjoyed myself quite a bit.
He did.
I loved it because right at the end I thought I had the win, and they pulled I snatched the defeat out of the jaws of victory. It was awesome. My number 1 game was predicted by Tommy. He is correct. My number 1 game is The Flow of History. Oh my goodness.
Flow of history.
You were not involved in this. Count yourself lucky. I literally, halfway through the first turn, said in my head, I despise this game. And I tried my best to hide it, but I didn't hide it very well at all. I literally it was even the first turn wasn't over, and I was like, I hate this game. I just hate everything about this game.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I tried to just look like I was bored, but man, in my mind I was saying this is bad.
Oh no. That's funny.
The Flow of, I think that's the name of it. That's what Tommy said. It was The Flow of History.
It was fun to watch you actively hate this game while playing.
If you build a game that is the exact opposite of what I like in games, this is that game.
Really?
Yes. It was just, ugh. Imagine, okay, here let me rate it to Rebecca. Imagine that
a co-op Dominion.
No, imagine that Oliver Twist game.
Ew.
But make it 2 hours.
Ah. That's my honorable mention, actually.
Oliver
Twist of Fate.
Twist of Fate.
That needs to be fire.
That game was
fodder.
I swear they said, hey, Reiner, you got any game? He's like, oh, I got this one that I was going to throw in the garbage.
And they're like, sweet, do it. Yep. That's funny. All right, my number 1, you probably know, because we were doing a 24-hour gaming marathon.
Oh, I forgot about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. This is another setup where someday...
You have a thing about late-night complex games, apparently.
Which is funny, because if I'm in the right place, I'm fine with them. But this one is another one with a lot of downtime, or at least the way we were playing it at 3 a.m. Or 2 a.m. I don't even remember what time it was, but... I still had newborn baby, and we were doing a 24-hour marathon. We were insane.
Yeah.
And we decided to crack this game. We didn't
And I
math
didn't
out
even,
the make the lighter games later on thing.
Yeah.
We had this heavy game, and so we threw down, and it was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and we're pretty sure you didn't get all the rules.
Correct.
B, we're pretty sure we only absorbed half the
Carl
rules he did give us.
gung-ho about playing. I'm like, I'm not really ready to play. He's like, let's do it. Let's do
Carl.
it.
We're blaming it
Let's
all on
do it.
Carl. There you go. He's not even here to defend
I
himself.
tried my best to teach it. Half the people weren't even listening to the rules.
Because we're all like,
all of those Carl ended up winning, and we were glad.
And no one cared.
We were glad it was over.
I was literally
I forgot
thinking
about
there, I was
this
like,
one.
I don't even know enough about this game to throw it correctly to make it go faster. That's where I was at with that game.
I mean, there was whole sections of the games were like, we don't know how to do that, so
We're just gonna skip it.
We just
It was
didn't play
terrible.
that part of the game.
And I think if we were to play it again, we'd probably have a
Yeah.
great time with it.
Yeah, but
Because it has a lot of elements that
That's
you
true.
would
We got almost a whole new game group to suffer through with it. I don't think it's anyone.
No, actually, I don't think anybody would hate it.
No, but I don't think there's anybody in our game group that likes that kind of game, though.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
No, we don't. That ship has sailed.
Oh! Doot, doot. All right. And yes, Twist of Fate was my honorable mention. That Oliver Twist game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, count yourself lucky.
Oh my gosh. It
And
was a,
never
it was a
look it up.
freebie game at BGG Con, I think.
Was it? It
Yeah.
was the devil.
My honorable mention's Werewolf, but I get kicked out the first round of that game, so it really doesn't matter that.
But you don't want to leave it halfway because you don't make it halfway. Yeah.
I used to love Werewolf. I've said this story
Oh my gosh,
many
he's
times.
he's got PTSD from this, guys.
Oh,
Don't bring up
man.
the rough subjects.
Werewolf.
It's okay. It's okay. We reopened old wounds.
I got to play the first round of probably 10 or 15 Werewolf games before I stopped doing Werewolf.
Yeah.
I found that my game groups tend to pick on me for some reason.
It's not like he deserves it or anything at all. He's so innocent. Look at that. The picture of innocence.
Halo.
Okay.
All right, folks. That is all I had planned. So next time, 1 week from tonight, top 10 game mechanisms. Our top 10 favorite mechanisms in games. As an added bonus, Rebecca suggested that we give our favorite game with that mechanism as part of the list. So there you go.
Recommend some representatives.
So not only do you get top 10 mechanisms, you get our favorite game that uses.
Or one of our favorite games.
Yeah, I mean.
That exemplifies.
There you go. Our favorite,
the
our most favoritist game that uses that mechanism well.
Now,
That was the second place
yes.
choice in our last top 10 poll that we did on our guild.
Excellent. And just to rehash, for those of you that might have joined us later, if you're wanting to play games with us at VirtualCon, the one that I'm hosting is going to be Jackbox Games again. It's Saturday at 1 p.m. You want to go back to the earlier part of the video. We walk you step through step on how you can sign up and friend me so that you can get signed up. You guys get dibs. We're telling you about it right now.
Yeah, well,
so that you can have a chance to get dibs.
We'll add as many people that
we know from you guys
that
on
send
chat.
us friend requests, and then we'll eventually
Open it to everybody.
Probably Thursday. We may open it up to everybody.
Yeah.
Thursday night or Friday morning or something
Yeah,
like
so
that. We'll
try
open it
to
up everybody.
Yeah, try to get it in by Thursday morning. Get a friend request into me. And again, if you don't remember how to do that, earlier part of the video has that.
And we'll post
love
it.
to see
We'll
y'all
post some of the stuff. We'll post it over on the guild as well. The guild,
Yes.
link to the guilds down.
Yes, and look in the
description.
guild later on too if we decide to have a guinea pig session just for the heck of it, because I've hosted some of these before, but Hunter has not kind of done that with me, so he might want to kind of play along too, and we'll test it out, make sure everything's still working. So, be fun to have you guys along with us.
All right, that is that, folks. We'll see you next
It
week.
was wonderful to
Top
see
10
y'all.
mechanisms.
Your great chat.
Or for those people that say it differently, mechanics.
No, those are people that fix cars.
Mechanisms. All right, get us out of here.
Y'all take care. We'll see you, well, hopefully Saturday.